Hello guys, I hope you all are well. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. We are in Train by JP shed today and we are going to be going through a leg workout. So I think the last time I filmed here, it was legs as well. So we're just looking a little bit more slender this time round, but I'll give you guys a full update as well, because the last time I spoke, I was 4 weeks out, but the plans have changed now, and basically I'm now in the UK until I do compete. I am very much taking the approach that I'm not aiming for a show. I'm just simply getting my body into a position that it's ready to compete, and then I'll just book a flight for that, because it has been a difficult couple of weeks. Nothing was happening, and as you guys know, fullness and bubbliness, especially in figure, is one of the most important things. So when it came to what my physique was looking like, yes, I was getting leaner, but there wasn't like the pop that I normally have this close to a show. And Texas was giving me a little bit of resistance as well, because of the time difference, being 6 hours behind the UK, having my own clients compete much and such the same kind of time as what I was. It would have meant that I was going to be getting up in the middle of the night, giving my body a little bit of a break before actually going back in again, which is really important. Yeah, we're just having a little bit of a break now. We've got everything we need here, which is fantastic. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and let's get into legs. That is one thing that I do want to say though. If you are a first time competitor, don't get caught up on show dates or certain times, because especially as a first timer, you've never been in probably true contest prep condition before, and sometimes it does take a little bit more time. This is also if you are a natural competitor as well. The last thing that you want to do is rush the process when it comes to trying to aim for a certain date, because if you're running yourself into the ground at the back end of a contest prep, especially being natural, your risk of actually losing muscle is going to be a lot higher. And this is literally a bodybuilding competition. Like, you maintaining the muscle at a back end of prep is very important. So it's okay if dates change, it's okay if you delay your show, because it's better to delay your show than not go on stage looking 100% your best. Focus on the stretch. So when you are performing any exercise, to be honest, you want to actually make sure that you're really focusing on that lengthened position. So on here, for example, when the muscle is lengthened is when my legs are at the widest point. So actually pausing in the stretch and focusing on contracting as hard as you possibly can on the way back in is really important. I think too much people try and just get through the set as quickly as possible. Yes, that is actually going to drive a lot of blood into the muscle, but we want to make sure that we're getting the most bang for buck as possible. Leg extension. This machine's mental, but it's so good. You can get your quad fully lengthened in this bad boy because it's been modified, which is amazing. So as you can see here, I've got the seat as far back as I can possibly get it. And then I'm also taking the pad that sits across my shins as far back as I can as well, just so we can actually get a full stretch there, because yeah, that is the most important thing with the leg extension as well, because the leg extension is really one of very few exercises that can completely isolate that quad and allow you to get a full stretch there. So that's why I look like an absolute twat getting into this. But another thing, when it comes to your warm-up sets, yes, you're using warm-up sets to make sure that you're obviously warming up the muscle, but a big thing is actually making sure that everything is aligned and perfect, because those warm-up sets that you do are used to make sure that you're actually getting the machine set up ready for your big boy set. So we are going to be doing 6 to 8 rep range here, and then into 12 to 15. I absolutely love my hair, but oh my goodness, I don't know how people can like wear their hair down all the time when it's hot, because I am sweating. My neck is roasting. So stick this up. Right. That was sexy. I put that up 2 notches. That felt heavy, but I am at that stage of prep where I'm still sending my workouts, but I'm not like fully sending my workouts. So I love a little rest pause. I love some partials, but me marinating weights, so not trying to progress in terms of load. Every single session is important, but also not taking those forced reps, especially when it does actually compromise recovery. I think that looked okay. Okay. Big sets now. I have got a pendulum and a leg press next. However, I really like the swing squat. So we are going to do the leg press swing squat for my second compound. Then we've got hip thrusts, a split squat for the dessert. So and a leg curl. Leg curls for dessert. Oh, on earth. Was there a giant in here or something? Right, I'm going to have to be one of those people. Toes out. No toes on the tube. No free feet picks, but she's sliding. Okay, so we are going away to go into the working set. As you can see, in my warm-up sets, I was doing like 2-3 reps. My legs are already warm. There's not really much adjustment that actually needs done on this machine as well, apart from my foot placement. So I am going to be making this more quad bias. My glutes are obviously still going to be engaged throughout this, just due to the motion of it. It's a very similar motion to a pendulum. However, I'm going to be making this more quad bias by taking my feet lower down. The lower your feet are as well, the harder it's actually going to be. The most important thing when you're doing like a pendulum, swing squat, hack squat, is that you're keeping your heels completely on the pad at all times, using your core to brace, which is why I'm actually waiting to go to the toilet before I do my working set in case I pee myself. But bracing is really important, which is the most important thing. And then again, feet placement. So yeah, try and make all of your movements as hard as you possibly can, because things like pendulum, leg press is another one where people put their feet up to make it easier. Make it as challenging and as accurate as you can. Yeah, that was heavy. This is why using the same piece of kit every single session is really important, because this isn't normally in my rotation, so I was a little bit naughty today. The majority of kit here is the exact same as what I use actually in Dubai, which is lovely, excluding this weapon, but I enjoy it, so just need to suffer the consequences of lifting shocking weights. Oh goodness. That machine's hard, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's why I don't use it. That's why you never see me in them on it.
Yeah.
We used it a couple of weeks ago. And it does feel good though.
Yeah, it feels really good.
You just like concentrate.
Very humbling. Lovely. My ADHD can make me do two things in between sets. I can be staring into thin air for minutes in between my sets, or I'm like fidgeting it about and I can't stop moving. It's literally one extreme to the other. And today, one thing that I have found though, the deeper you get into a pep, and this is something that you need to consider regardless anyway, is when your energy is lower, when your body is literally trying to preserve all of the energy that it's got. So you'll naturally fidget less, you'll naturally sit down more, and this is where expenditure literally is king. Like actually, because it's your subconscious that's actually doing that, and sometimes you don't even realize that you are doing it. But with my ADHD, one thing that I have noticed is I tend to go more into like completely zone out mode when I'm in the gym. So I just constantly try and keep freaking moving. So now I've noticed it, I'm not going to be doing it anymore. Let's go. Do you have music? Need to watch that back. How much do you want left on? Okay. Lovely. So we have got hip thrusts next. Got 2 sets, 10 to 12, and then we have got split squats, 1 set of split squats, and then we have got leg curls, and then we are comprende. Is that, it is comprende. Yeah, comprende. We are finito, done. CIO. Love those. With the glutes, I literally think about, imagine you've got like you want to keep contracting your glutes there the whole time. So I don't know what I'm trying to actually say, but you want to like be able to actually fully like open your butt cheeks as you're going down. So then like imagine you're like trying to like squeeze like a tennis ball in between your two cheeks as tight as you possibly can, because when it comes to like a hip thrust, for example, it's very easy for your hamstrings or your quads to take over. So I think obviously slowing everything down, but focusing on the contraction and the clamping of your cheeks really helps. I think one of the best things that you can actually do is learn how to train really well by yourself. I think if you are someone that maybe doesn't know how to train with intensity, training with someone else is a good place to start, especially someone that's actually bigger than you, stronger than you, better than you, because you'll learn what true intensity is from training or even being in environments where it maybe is a little bit intimidating, or there maybe you're maybe surrounded by pros, and putting yourself out of your comfort zone and doing that is really important. But when it comes to bodybuilding, it's all in your head. Like, your mindset is going to be your greatest asset, but also your biggest enemy when it comes to your training, when it comes to your nutrition. And that's why, like, learning how to train well, but training with that intensity alone is really important, because then you'll be able to get an indication as to what your numbers are, because that's another thing with training with other people as well, because you can sometimes actually put yourself in positions where you're maybe overtraining slightly, so you're maybe adding in a couple more forced reps, or you're maybe lifting more that for your ego is another thing. So yeah, that is my 2 cents. 2 cents? 2 cents? 2 cents on training partners. Right. That was close. That was okay though. That felt pretty good. Cybex hack as well. That's one thing that you do need to take into consideration, is different brands of kit are going to feel totally different. So Cybex tend to be a little bit more challenging and a little bit heavier. Same with Hammer Strength as well. Hammer Strength are heavy bad boys, but if you're using, for example, like a matrix, if you're training up your gym, there's going to be a lot more resistance on the machine. So in terms of like accuracy as to what the load actually is, Cybex is the winner in my opinion. Dang. Okay, so what I did there is I completely misjudged the weight for the amount of reps that I was targeting. So if this actually happens, rather than just stopping, just drop the load. So that was like a mini drop set, but it just means that you'll actually hit the reps that you are required to do so. But that is workout complete. We are now going to pose, which is always great after leg day. Needs to get done regardless though, like that's the thing. A lot of people miss out on the posing aspect, but it is one of the most important aspects as well, because you're going to be up on stage in front of hundreds of people. If you've not practiced your posing when you are feeling tired or you are feeling hungry, it could let you down big time.